Hey, today I'm putting up a video about the 20 problems voracious women readers have. The other day I put up a video about the 20 problems that busy men have and got a little bit of flack, particularly from the guys. I said, why are you picking on us, particularly the fact that you're a male and you're sort of denigrating what, we are and that we're not readers and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't mean to do that. What I meant to say is that men are often busy. They prefer to read, maybe non-fiction works. So it's just something that they don't normally read. So I wanted to balance the whole thing out today by putting up the 20 problems that voracious women readers actually have. And so, I'm going to start off by saying there's never enough time for them to be reading as much as they want. So this is the reason why at ctmitchellbooks.com I specialize in only writing short mysteries, short thrillers, so that people can get a good feel very, very quickly and have it over and done with. My TBR, my to be read pile is totally out of control. And I understand how that happens. Women have a tendency to buy a lot of books, particularly those who go into the free websites and download a whole lot of free books. And they just don't seem to get around to reading any of them. So that gets out of our control. I want to finish a story in 1 or 2 sittings. I understand what that means. There's stories that drag out over and over in time, particularly if you're in that voracious mood of wanting to get something done. It just doesn't happen with a long, big, fat novel. So that's the reason why, again, I stick to the short reads and not do big novels. I need a satisfying ending without committing to a long series. True, short reads give you that. You can read a short read book in 1 or 2 settings. Some of them can be as low as 15 minutes, others can be as much as 2 hours. But it's not like reading a 400-page novel. You're going to get through with it, you're going to get to the ending, and you don't have to stick at it for a long time. I read on my lunch break, and I don't have time for slow books. Understandable. I particularly work at writing fast-paced, impossible to put down, short-read books that you can finish in your lunch hour. You can finish sitting on a train on your way home. It's got to be that fast so that you can actually get through them. I'm exhausted after it, so I need something that's easy and enjoyable. Men like to get involved in non-fiction, how to make their next $1 million, but women like to escape. They want that dopamine hit. They want to be able to relax. Again, short read books give you that quick fix, and that's the reason why ctmitchellbooks.com has over 50 of those types of books. Most long books drag in the middle. Yes, I've written novels. I understand when you're at 80,000 words and you're in the middle of it, you're kind of thinking to yourself, whoa, how can I keep this going? What do I need to keep the pace? I can't afford to lose the reader. And it's a problem. Short reads, you don't have that problem. I want stories that feel complete, even if they're short. Again, I have a beginning, I have a middle, and I have an end, and I also throw in some character definitions into my books so that you get to understand the main characters of my series. And that way, you feel as if you're getting a whole, complete story every time you read one. I love crime and mysteries, but I can't commit to 500 pages. I don't know actually who can. But again, crime within your lunch break is the opportunity to read a short read book. I need recommendations I can trust. Yeah, that's why I look at those fast fiction books that I've put up, which have got 100, 200, 678 testimonials, averaging, 4.2, 4.7, 4.9 star ratings. That's a good enough recommendation for you to take one on. I hate wasting time on books that don't have a hook quickly. The one thing that I do in all my short reads, I start off with the crime within the first chapter. There's always going to be a murder, a kidnap, or whatever the story is going to be evolved around, always will happen within that first chapter, so you're hooked. I want something that has strong, smart female leads. I love writing smart female protagonists. I have a whole cozy mystery series around the lady Margaret Turnbull series, the Kate Mackenzie series, the Selena Sharma series. All these have very smart women who can solve crimes in and around the local police force. I get to the end of the day, my brain is toast. I need something that's light but it's also satisfying. I get it. You don't want to read some airy-fairy kind of silly story. You want something with a little bit of meaning but not too heavy. You don't want it to be draining. My short reads will do that for you. I want to read more, but my life is packed. I've got kids, I've got work, I've got a house to clean. You know, again, all I can say is have a look at the short reads. I'm going to leave a link at the end for you to get a free short book so you can start off understanding where I am at. I can, want to be able to read stories on a train ride home. Perfect place to sit there, whether you're going to be 30 minutes from home, an hour from home. You're going to be able to get on there and really get into that short read. Because I said, most of my stories are anywhere between an hour and 2 hours. I want fresh mysteries, everything that feels repetitive. I understand how you feel about this. I've seen a lot of stories very, very similar. Although there is only about 9 or 12 different plots that create all the novels in the world. But I do look for different angles and I try my best to make them each and every one a little bit different. I sometimes abandon books halfway through. I need guaranteed finishable reads. I get it. You're into a book, if it's a long novel, it's getting slow in the middle, you're wondering how much longer you've got to persevere in order for this to pick up. No, not with a short read. It'll be done and dusted quickly. I want atmospheric settings without the 20 pages of descriptions. I get it. All my books are set within the one area here in Australia, in around the Tweed Coast and the Northern Rivers. They will give you descriptions that make you feel that you're by the beach or in the countryside, but it won't take 20 pages to work that out. I'm always looking for new authors who write quick fiction. Agreed. I've been able to write these 50 plus books over the last decade. I've also been awarded part of the top short read authors here in Australia, with my books being shortlisted to go to film. I want mystery books I can vow that I don't have to drag through. I get it. Again, short, fast books are the way to go, and that's what I do. Don't forget, have a look in the description below, and you'll be able to get a free crime book for you to download and get started on the C.T. Mitchell Library. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in.